Welcome back to the Department of Nerds podcast. Today we are continuing our journey through the MCU.
Fuck.
This is Age of Ultron we're going to be talking about today. So, a rumor that I read some time ago was that Age of Ultron was not even supposed to happen.
It doesn't feed into anything. I don't see it.
Yeah, it does. They made it work based on everything that has happened. However, it was supposed to be, the main villain was supposed to be Red Skull. But Hugo Weaving bowed out after Captain America, so it was like right after the Avengers, because the original plan, when they mapped out the Infinity Saga, was to have Red Skull as the villain for Avengers 2, but that didn't happen.
All they did was introduce Black Panther and show how Bucky killed the parents. That's really it. Let's be real.
We're not even there yet. That's in Civil War.
Yep. Holy shit, it is, isn't it?
We're in Age of Ultron, where they introduced two new humans, or mutants, enhanced, they called it. Yeah. We saw Ulysses Claw. We finally saw the Hulkbuster. I mean, there's so much we saw in this, and we're about to get into it. But no, Black Panther comes next.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Good job, though. I like your enthusiasm.
I like your enthusiasm.
Omar, do you have anything you want to kick us off with?
Because
I've got 3 pages worth of Easter eggs sitting here that we can go through.
That's what I had up to.
Yeah, Dave, go.
From Screen Rant?
Mine's from MTV, apparently.
What? All right, you need to get off that trash shit. It's not even.
Well.
Well, you see, Dalton, many moons ago, before you.
I know, back when I fucking, you're older than me and bullshit. You fucking had actual music. I know. Christ.
Anybody remember TRL?
Yeah.
It was the only reason to ever watch MTV back then.
Proceed, Dave.
Oh, okay.
Like how you gave him the underhand. Proceed.
You may begin.
So, compared to Avengers 1, Hawkeye's got new threads. Got a brand new outfit. They pulled his costume from Age of Ultron straight out of the Ultimate issues of the Avengers. It kind of looked like Ronin, but not fully like Ronin, with the full legs and sleeves on the outfit. It was basically Ronin without the mask, but a different style.
Yeah.
But it's a nice little nod that, hey, you might get Ronin soon. Cap's shield upgrade from the beginning, where he had the magnets on his forearm. The upgrade allowed Cap to retrieve his shield with the use of magnets. It actually dates back to the original comics, in which a similar trick was used, again crafted by Tony Stark for his Star-Spangled Ally. So it's another nice little bit they're pulling from the comics. Grand Central Monument. So the signature statue of New York's Grand Central Monument transportation, designed by French sculptor, can't even fucking say his name, met its demise when crashed into by a Chitauri, big giant Chitauri worm in Avengers. Age of Ultron reveals Avengers Tower to be newly constructed, along with a new Grand Central statue, now depicting a tribute to the first responders that came to the city's aid.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Helen Cho. The brilliant Helen Cho may take the spotlight in the film, both for her advances in human healing as well as the melding of human tissue with artificial intelligence. But in the comics, it's her son Amadeus who plays a vital, pivotal role. As an incredibly brilliant young mathematician, Amadeus Cho ended up devoting his powers to the side of Marvel's greatest heroes, though his presence in the MCU seems like a long shot for right now. For those that are confused by this, Amadeus Cho is Grey Hulk.
See, I have a problem with that too, but I think we'll get to it in a minute.
I think we will as well. Stan Lee cameo. This time he's sitting there as a veteran. I'm sorry?
Not as a fucking watcher. He ain't sitting there. He's sitting there as a fucking shaking your head. I don't give a fuck.
This time he's sitting there as a veteran looking to test his drinking prowess with 1,000-year-old Asgardian liquor. The booze proves too much for the man, but he does get to shout out his signature catchphrase, Excelsior. Branching out. So fans of Thor's brother and regular nuisance Loki will recognize that Age of Ultron marks the first time that the God of Thunder appears without his brother in tow. Having shared the screen in Thor, the Avengers, and Thor the Dark World, even more startling is the fact that Pepper Potts is nowhere to be seen as well, marking the first time Tony Stark appeared without her in 5 Marvel movies.
This show isn't Grey Hulk, by the way.
What do you mean?
He's not Grey Hulk.
Okay.
He's just Hulk, and then he ends up changing his name.
Okay.
So he's not Grey Hulk.
Well, okay.
That's conflicting.
Kind of. I just said Grey Hulk because when people see the picture, they look at him and they think of a Grey Hulk. Because he is gray.
Who, Amadeus Cho?
Yeah. When he's transformed.
I see green.
Maybe I was looking at a different one. Never mind. I'm thinking of something completely different. I believe I'm thinking of Solomon Grundy.
Wrong universe, buddy.
Yep. Totally wrong. Yep. Just don't mind me. I'll just attest it to the many beers I did drink last night in preparation for today. Fucking whoops. So during the Avengers rap party, Sam Wilson's there. He tells Steve he doesn't mind being left out of the superhero action since the missing persons case is keeping him busy. Missing persons, for those that apparently don't know, it's his search for Bucky Barnes. After the events of Captain America Winter Soldier, Sam Jackson went off to Europe to go do some stuff. And Falcon went to go look for Winter Soldier. If she be worthy.
Who dat?
So, the scene where they're picking up Thor's hammer, or trying to.
They knew the whole time.
So, if she be worthy. Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, God.
She passed and said, that's not a question that I need answered. Funny enough, an alternate comic timeline, Earth 23223, saw Thor killed, ushering in Ragnarok, the Norse apocalypse. It was in that disaster that Black Widow was found worthy of the hammer and became the new goddess of thunder.
I see.
So it was a nice little nod to the comic.
But Captain America, though.
Yes, I believe we will get to that here momentarily. Quicksilvers. So, as we all know, that there are 2 different versions of Quicksilver in 2 different Marvel worlds. One in the X-Men universe and one in this universe. Evan Peters plays Quicksilver in X-Men, and Aaron Taylor Johnson plays Quicksilver in Age of Ultron. However, they both played together in a movie called Kick-Ass, which I knew it, but I completely overlooked that fact. So that was a nice little bop on the head for anyone who cared.
Pop.
Wakanda gets mentioned. The nation of Wakanda, home to Black Panther, is only mentioned briefly by name, but enough hints are dropped for those familiar with comic book history. In the comics, Wakanda's greatest asset was vibranium, a top quality metal that eventually caught the attention of Howard Stark, who would become good friends with the king's ruler, T'Chaka. Given that, more sense can be made of the brief interaction between Steve and Tony discussing Stark's history with the region whenever they're trying to figure out what Strucker's plan was. All the data got wiped out. They were going through the files, and they came across a picture of Ulysses Klaue. Tony Stark remembered who he was. Somebody asked what the mark was on his neck, and Bruce Banner looked it up and said that is a brand in Wakandan, meaning thief. And then they were talking about Wakanda, realized that's where Cap Shield came from, and we figured out that's what Ultron was after.
Look at you go.
Yeah, man. Ulysses Klaue, played by Andy Serkis. By the way, great actor for that role.
Uh-huh.
Really was.
That was like his first real non-CGI in a while.
I believe so, yes. Let's see. Ulysses Klaue is yet another character connected to Wakanda and T'Chaka, hinted at in his Avengers 2 appearance. First, there was the casual mention of how he managed to acquire so much vibranium from Wakanda. Then his admission that the effort cost him, which at that point he brushed his neck over the brand. Finally, there's Ultron's maiming blow to Klaue, and the claw necklace Serkis wears. In the comics, Klaue murdered King T'Chaka and eventually replaced his own mangled hand with you guessed it, claw.
Ha.
Which used vibranium and sound waves technology to make Klaue a formidable supervillain that was a clear seed set for the future Black Panther movie.
I wouldn't say supervillain.
Well, in the movies, they really didn't do him justice, but in the comics, he was very much a supervillain.
Yeah, well, now he's fucking dead.
Well, for now, because guess what we have?
Time travel. They just need to bring Killmonger back. That's all I care about.
Hey, he might come back too. With Phase 2 acting as the Empire Strikes Back of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as Kevin Feige puts it, the collective love for Star Wars means that every film in this phase, every film, features a character having their hand or arm removed. Gamora takes off Groot's in Guardians of the Galaxy. Bucky had his arm replaced in The Winter Soldier. Thor faked the loss of a hand in Thor the Dark World, and Klaue acts as this film's Skywalker stand-in by losing his arm.
Yeah.
Not to mention, in Iron Man 3, when they cut off Aldrich Killian's arm in that battle scene, but he grew it back. So, every fucking movie, somebody lost a hand.
You got to.
Pretty fantastic, if you ask me.
Fantastic.
Crimson Cowl. When Ultron first reveals himself to Peter and Wanda Maximoff, he does so draped in red cloth. It's an odd choice and soon cast aside, but it's a likely nod to the Marvel villain known as Crimson Cowl, the first disguise adopted by Ultron in the comics. Fun fact, the Crimson Cowl name would later be adopted by Justine Hammer, daughter to Iron Man 2 antagonist Justin Hammer. I did not know that. That's pretty neat.
I don't like that name.
Justine?
Nope.
Good. They probably don't like Dalton.
Well, I go by Storm, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, calm down, Halle Berry.
I'm not calling you Storm. I'm calling you Dalton.
No, don't.
I've been calling you Dalton.
It hurts every time.
Great.
He dies a little inside.
You die a little inside.
Yeah, all the time.
The Roy Thomas Players. During Capzone's Scarlet Witch-induced vision of a reunion with Peggy Carter, the band supplying the musical backing can be seen for a split second, revealing to be the Roy Thomas Players, a reference to comic writer Roy Thomas, who co-created and updated several heroes and villains, including everything from Ultron and Vision to Yellow Jacket and Adam Warlock. That's pretty dope. Huh?
Because we still haven't seen Adam Warlock.
Yeah, but they've already confirmed it for Guardians 3.
Yeah, well, if James Gunn wasn't a fucking idiot and, said bad things, it'd probably been out by now. I'm just saying.
He said bad things a long time ago, and they're over it.
Bad things.
He's back.
Bad things.
And he's going to do great things with Suicide Squad. So, you know what?
Well, worse, so.
It's true. So, anything better is great. Let's see. Betty and Veronica.
The Archie.
So, what's that?
The Archie reference.
Yep. When Tony tells Jarvis that the time has come to send in Veronica to bring down a raging Hulk, fans realize the name is actually code word for the better-known Hulkbuster armor. Why Veronica? Consider that Betty Ross was the only woman in Bruce Banner's life to actually be kind to him, and the Hulkbuster is the only thing capable of stopping him. The Archie Comics reference only seemed fitting. Betty and Veronica.
Plus, that definitely seems like something Tony would do.
Oh, 100%.
I don't like those names either.
Jesus Christ.
You're going to be a lot of fun when we stop this episode and go to the next one. Dr. Jeffrey Crawford. It's hard to know if this is a bona fide Easter egg or simply a fortuitous coincidence, but during the Hulkbuster fight, the Green Menace is smashed into a delivery truck, scattering boxes across the street. The name on the truck, Crawford, is shown prominently twice, and may be a reference to Dr. Jeffrey Crawford, Bruce Banner's mentor, who would later go on to copy his powers and become the villain Ravage.
Hey, do they have anything in there that you're reading about how Hulk was supposed to be either red or gray Hulk during this?
No, I'm not sure if it's in this because I haven't looked at the third page yet, but I know what you're talking about because I read that article as well.
Yeah.
But if you'd like to get into it right now, we can. That'd be a good time for right now.
You'd be a good time. I'm still looking up Ravage. I've never heard of him.
Oh, really?
He's Hulk with a beard and hair.
And sometimes spikes coming out of his face.
Mm-hmm. The Bartons. Every comic, even comic fans, may have been taken by surprise to find that Hawkeye had a family in hiding. But knowing how much the Ultimates variation of the super team has shaped the MCU, it probably should have been predicted. In the Ultimates, Laura Barton is in fact Clint's wife, along with their 3 kids. In the movie, the third child is a boy named Nathaniel after Natasha Romanoff, where the comics had them with another daughter named Nicole after her godfather, Nick Fury. What? What?
Who's the Godfather?
Nick Fury in the comics.
Ah.
Yeah. All right, so it's been a long day. When Tony gets a surprise visit from Nick Fury in the Barton's barn, time out.
You gonna skip over Nathaniel's middle name?
It wasn't in there, so I didn't.
Middle name's Pietro.
We hadn't seen that yet.
True, we haven't. But his son. But we do see Pietro.
Yes, we do. So what you're jumping to, because I have no idea if it's even in this yet, but we'll get there now. Clint's son's middle name is Pietro, after Quicksilver saved his life on Sokovia while it was flying high.
Correct. Proceed.
Yeah, thanks. When Tony gets a surprise visit from Nick Fury in the Barton's barn, he explains that the assembled heroes have had a long day, like Eugene O'Neill long. The Pulitzer Prize-winning American playwright may not be widely known by modern audiences, but the line is likely a reference to his play Long Day's Journey into Night, following an American family through, well, a particularly trying day. So, he said that. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. So I looked it up, and it gave me a nice little breathe through my nose moment.
One breath, just
Gave it one of those.
the one. Gotcha.
Yeah. His Girl Friday. When Tony is searching for new AI to load in his armor for the final fight, since Jarvis has been used to create Vision, he selects Friday for the job, voiced by Carrie Condon. The classic His Girl Friday from 1940 has been mentioned by writer and director Joss Whedon as an influence for a number of his heroines, so it's no surprise to see the name given to Tony's new girl. The AI is also based on a minor one from the comics named for the same film. Jocasta.
Wow,
Jocasta.
Should be Costa.
Marvel made no secret of the fact that they would be departing from the comic book origins of Ultron, specifically removing Ant-Man Hank Pym from the equation. Even so, there is another large nod to the original Ultron in the form of Jocasta, another program glimpsed when Tony loads up Friday before the final fight. In the comics, Jocasta was built as a bride for Ultron and blessed with the life essence of Wasp, a.k.a. Janet Van Dyne.
A little backwards.
A little bit. The Invaders. When Ultron is ruminating with the twins about the irony of his creation at Stark's hands, he posits the theory that people tend to create what they fear most. Those seeking peace make machines of war. People make little people children. And invaders create Avengers. The line is likely a subtle nod to the World War II superhero team known as the Invaders, consisting of Captain America, Bucky, Human Torch, Torch's sidekick Toro, and Namor. As comic fans know, the Invaders were the precursor to the modern Avengers. Loyal Launch Technician. Who says acts of heroism have to be grand to be meaningful? During the Hydra reveal in The Winter Soldier, one member of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s team makes his loyalties known, refusing to launch the trio of attack ships, knowing he may be executed as a result. The launch technician made his way to Fury's good books with that act, as he is prominently featured aboard the commandeered helicarrier in Age of Ultron. Dalton, you look confused.
I'm looking something up.
Oh, okay. Budding romance. Vision's decision to rescue Scarlet Witch during the film's climactic battle wasn't a romantic one, but the love affair shared between the two in the pages of Marvel Comics meant that every fan saw the act as something more than simple heroism. Just how far the studio intends to take this version of the relationships remains to be seen. However, we have seen it, and we know where it goes.
It goes deep and hard.
Wow.
He's evolving.
With the Avengers Tower holding too many bad memories and Tony Stark seemingly parting ways with the team for the moment, audiences are given a new look at the new Avengers base in upstate New York. The word new here is obviously a statement of fact, but it also may be an overt reference to Cap's New Avengers, the comic title used to distinguish the next wave of heroes from the original roster. Whether the name will stick, we'll wait and see. It did not stick.
It didn't.
Nope.
No facts.
Post-credits Infinity Gauntlet. This was my favorite part when I saw this movie in theaters. The Mad Titan Thanos once again returns to be teased at the Avengers' conclusion, putting on the Infinity Gauntlet and setting out to presumably collect the Infinity Stones himself. The mythology behind the gauntlet and stones are still being uncovered by the film's characters, but Thor's vision is the closest to the comic book version of the weapon we have yet seen.
We've already seen it.
Conclusion. Those are all the Easter eggs, a bit of comic book trivia, and subtle references fans can look out for on repeat viewings of Avengers Age of Ultron. But if you have any that have been missed, please share them in the comments. By all means, comment on this video if you're watching this. I think like 3 people watch our stuff, so
Yeah.
enjoy it. I don't know. It says there's views on our YouTube page. I don't fucking know.
We did it.
After
famous.
After Age of Ultron, we will see Ant-Man, Captain America Civil War, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, and then Avengers Infinity War. Oh, correction. A lot happens. So let me back up and correct that. After this, we will see Ant-Man. We will see Captain America Civil War. We will see Black Panther. We will see Doctor Strange. We will see Spider-Man Homecoming. We will see Ant-Man and Wasp. We will see Thor Ragnarok. Then we will see Avengers Infinity War. Then
Endgame.
Avengers Endgame. We have 9 more movies, folks.
Fuck.
To get through Endgame. But then after that, we have one. Spider-Man Far From Home.
Let's just go Star Wars.
No.
Star Wars.
That's okay. In due time, my friend. On that note.
What was that?
It was his displeasure for what the fuck's going on here. To reference what you were talking about there, Dalton, about why the Hulk wasn't gray in Age of Ultron. So, a gray Hulk was almost featured in Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Initially, Hulk was actually planned to turn gray when he's Angry Hulk after Scarlet Witch warps his mind. But they thought it was going to be too... They did the renderings, and it was too much gray, and they didn't want it to actually make it look like Amadeus Cho. Or whoever the fuck the gray Hulk is.
There's no.
Why do I keep thinking? Why do I keep
Hulk
thinking?
is Banner. He's gray and Red Hulk and
Yeah.
Hulk.
Yeah.
I thought Thunderbolt Ross was Red Hulk. See, this is the problem with comics. There's too many goddamn story arcs. And now Dave is fucking confused.
Yeah. Okay. Ross is Red Hulk, but
Yeah.
Banner has also portrayed it. Jesus Christ.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
That happens because of time travel. I don't have anything to drink, so.
God damn it. So, yeah. That's what happens. We've only been recording for a half hour, so whatever you guys have to add to this, please, by all means, let me not be the only one talking.
I want to say that Age of Ultron was probably the least liked Avengers movie.
Yep. I was about to say the same thing. It was my least liked one.
It was not my favorite of the Avengers. It was actually my least favorite of the Avengers movie. However,
Pause for effect.
everything it brought to us was magnificent. We saw a glimpse of Cap move the hammer. We got to hear James Spader, who is he's got the perfect voice of a villain.
He does.
He was the voice of Ultron, Dalton.
I'm well aware of who he is.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh,
I just
you know
want
who
to make
James
sure.
Spader is?
He's a short little bald dude. All right, chill out.
He's not that short.
Is he not?
No, I think he's
like whenever they announced this, they did a press conference or whatever, and he walked out and he was standing next to somebody. He looked short.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I know Ryan Reynolds is 6'3", so we're all right.
Yeah, he's 6'2". Him and Hugh Jackman both. The other thing, James Spader and Robert Downey Jr. have appeared on screen together.
Several times.
I don't know about several
Haven't
times.
we gone over this?
I don't think we've done it on the show.
Maybe not. I know we've definitely talked about this shit.
And James Spader is taller than all of us, so I don't think
It
either
doesn't
any of
take
us.
much to be taller than me.
How tall is he?
He's 5'10".
Yeah, he's 2 inches taller than me.
Why do I get shit on for being short? Me and Dave are the same fucking height.
Dave's taller.
What?
I don't know that. I don't know that for a fact. I really don't.
It's possible. I don't know. Maybe I'm like
mean, are you
5'8"
mixing
even,
up-
and you're like 5'7 3/4. I don't fucking
You
know.
Messing up like taller and wider? Because there's a difference there.
That is true. I have shrunk a little bit. I am just under 5'8".
No, I'm saying you're wider.
Yeah, and I got
The
squished
illusion.
down.
So he gets squished down. So therefore, he's actually taller than you.
Take my side heights and put it up top.
My side height.
You'll be 7 foot, 12'9". Like, goddamn. Tall as hell.
I'm like 20 feet tall in that case.
I'd
So-
maybe get like another foot.
What do you guys think of this movie?
I didn't like it.
I think.
Dude, you don't like anything we fucking talk about.
How fucking dare you?
Am I
All
wrong?
do is talk
He
about
hasn't
Star
been picked yet.
Wars. Talk about Star Wars, and he'll go from 6 to midnight. That's all you gotta do.
I'm already 6 to midnight.
He was thinking about it.
That's-
He was thinking about it. He
That's a
wants old
lightsaber.
Daisy Ridley to pull his pud.
But that has a dual purpose.
I think that the movie kind of felt rushed. It felt like it was kind of jumbled together for me.
Well, because after Avengers 1, they had to come up with a brand new plan when they had all
Yeah.
the other plans in place.
There wasn't, and I think with Avengers 1, there was a lot of stuff that kind of built up to it and it was connected to it, whereas Age of Ultron was just...
Well, shit. The post-credit scenes for Captain America, they used in the Avengers. That's one scene they didn't even have to film.
Yeah. So I think it felt, that's probably why it felt disconnected from everything else. But it was a lot of foreshadowing for stuff down the line.
Right. They made it work. The story made sense. I'm not a huge...
The only way like the shit from that story came up through any of the other ones was old boy from Civil War who wanted to kill everybody or to have everybody else kill each other because his family.
Baron Zemo?
Yeah, that and then Vision.
Yeah, I was really excited about Vision.
That's
And
really
Cap.
the only two things that kept going.
And if I'm not mistaken, did you guys know that Paul Bettany was like, they were planning on pulling Jarvis from everything and putting in Friday anyway, but they weren't sure what to do with Paul Bettany. So that's when they decided to bring in Vision. So, like, Vision was always in the plans, but Paul Bettany, like, he hadn't really had a big paying job in a long time. And they called him and said, hey, do you want to play this role? And this is what it's going to be. Like, he knew he was going to be Vision for, like, 3 years. And he had to keep it quiet. So after Avengers 1, he knew it was coming. But when he got hired, he was just going to be the voice of Jarvis. And then when they told him, like, hey, you're going to be Vision and you're going to have a physical role in these movies, he was, like, hurting bad as far as jobs. That's a story I read a very long time ago, but
So in other words, it saved his career.
basically. Because he was going nowhere quick.
Yeah. We have that in common.
Jesus fuck, man. Look, dude, sometimes it is easy peasy lemon squeezy. You need to stop being stressy, depressy, lemon zesty, all right? All right, what else you guys got?
That's really it. I mean, this was really like
This is like a filler movie.
it was a filler Avengers movie. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that, like you said, there was no build-up to it. Like, the first Avenger movie, there was build-up to it.
Was there, though?
Infinity War, there was build-up to it. There was build-up to it because they were introducing all the characters.
Right. That's the build-up, was introducing the characters.
Yes.
The Infinity Stones being throughout all the movies from the beginning, that was the build-up to the Infinity War. So it's not fair to say there was no build-up.
What build-up was there to Age of Ultron, specifically?
I mean, technically, you could say the same as the others.
Not really.
Because one of the biggest plot points was the Mind Stone.
You know what it felt like? It felt like a long side quest.
That you got nothing out of. You got 10 gold.
Yeah. It's a cool story. It's fun to play, but then it's like that was kind of pointless.
Did you also know they wanted to introduce Captain Marvel in this?
Oh God, shut up. Carry on. Next topic.
Wow. What's that? The third thing you hate about today?
Jesus.
My life, number 4. If
Jesus.
they had Captain Marvel in that, she would just gone up there, punched the fucking core, done. Or landed the city, done. Okay,
landed the city.
She wasn't going to be introduced until when they showed the new Avengers. It wasn't going to be till the very end. But she's such a strong character that they wanted to give her own movie.
And she's kind of overpowered.
I don't know if I don't like the story they wrote for her, or if I don't like Brie Larson as a human.
I hate Brie Larson as a fucking person.
There it is.
As a goddamn human being, she's trash.
Don't get me wrong.
Them views stated by Dalton are not those held by everybody.
I feel like if they put somebody else as Captain Marvel, I feel like it would have been better. I don't think Brie Larson was a good choice.
It's not even the fact. Like, I didn't like the movie in general, but her just as a person, she kept going on and on about this equality. Well, cool, great, I want it. Fantastic. I told some inmate the other day, she was a female, she kept mouthing off. I was like, I'm all about equality, I'll smack the shit out of you. I'm all for it, all right? But at the same time, she just kept going on and on and on and fucking on. That's to the point where I'm like, shut up, I'm done with you. Like, you're terrible.
You done? You done?
But wait, there's more.
I'm waiting for it.
I'm good.
I'm waiting for it. I'm like, you good? You get it all out?
I'm done.
I can't wait until Captain Marvel 2.
They're introducing a new Captain Marvel. Didn't you guys know that?
Fuck you.
I'm not even joking. I believe it's the daughter of her friend from the first movie.
I bet Brie Larson only does.
It's not it's an additional that goes by a different name. She gets the same powers though.
Okay, yeah. Well, Brie Larson's not supposed to be around that long.
Think somebody going to fucking shoot her? Like, hopefully.
Jesus Christ.
Like I just said, but I don't know if you guys heard it. I guarantee you she only does missionary and doesn't suck dick. That's what kind of person she is.
Oh, yeah.
Mark down the time there, Dave.
Yep. Fuck, man.
Jesus.
All right, let's move away from Captain Marvel so I don't
like it.
I don't want to edit a fuck ton of stuff, so let's just move on. So what else about this movie that did we not talk about?
What are the I'm really curious as to how, and this kind of goes much forward into our timeline, is how they're going to, or if they're going to treat, kind of connect them to Magneto at all.
Well, I sent you that video link about how they're not using the Ultimatum storyline, which was how Magneto appears about his kids and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to connect Magneto to them or not.
Well, and the thing is, like I said, they just because they're not using the storyline doesn't mean they're not going to connect them.
True.
He could be like, "Oh, I didn't know." He could be a deadbeat dad. I mean,
did you win the lottery? I don't know, man. It would be difficult to do because Magneto's storyline is so centered on being he discovered his powers at a certain point in his life.
yeah.
Unless he shows up as old Magneto almost 100 fucking years later.
Yeah, I don't think they can do that anymore.
So, but also, yeah, time travel. I mean, that's a real thing. They could bring a younger version of Magneto from back in the day.
I mean, it's not like they have it done with the X-Men where they just completely say this didn't happen and just say fuck it.
Well, that's what Days of Future Past was all about. Was, hey,
they still did a terrible job.
This is all moot.
Yeah.
It's a moot point. It's my one and only Friends reference.
Okay. Well, seems like we're going pretty far in this conversation, so go ahead and call it. We will see you guys sometime with something.
Maybe.
Possibly. You know what? You guys are going to get more episodes every week, so just fucking enjoy it. Or don't. I don't care.
Celebrity bullshit generator.
I don't think the recording was ready, but here we are. Hey, we're back. Sorry, I lied to you, but we're back for like another probably 30 goddamn minutes because we can never get through this in a normal way. But we're back with our random celebrity bullshit generator. What do you got for us today there, Storm?
Omar, pick between 1 and 8.
4.
Will Ferrell, Dave.
Jesus Christ.
7.
Philip Hoffman.
Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, Dave, pick one for me.
You pick your own goddamn number.
Pick one for me.
1.
Mel Gibson. Christ.
Ooh.
These are kind of difficult. I think Omar's got the easiest one.
Yeah.
So, for Will Ferrell, The Collector.
Yeah.
No.
I can see it.
The other one would be what the fuck is his name? The Grandmaster.
I could see that. I could see that.
That's about it. Or I could see him being Pete in Deadpool 2.
Pete, yeah.
That would be good.
I could see him being Pete in Deadpool 2.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. I can see as the Penguin.
Ooh. A good one.
I could even see him as the voice of the Silver Surfer.
He does have a good voice.
Especially how he was in Mission Impossible 3. That voice as Silver Surfer would have been perfect.
I'm thinking Odin from Mel Gibson.
Ooh.
He's got the voice. He can get the beard.
Ulysses Claus for Mel Gibson.
Ooh, yeah,
that is a good. I like Andy Serkis way too much.
Yes.
Well, Andy Serkis is dead, and we have to.
No, he's not.
He's dead. He's dead in the alternate universe, and we have to find Mel Gibson to replace him.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot how we did this dumb shit. God.
Travel. What about
Jay Garrick, who is Earth 90? It's Earth 90's Flash. It's the Flash's doppelganger's dad, It's basically his dad. It's just his doppelganger on that planet.
Yeah. Who else was I thinking? Think of someone else for. What about Will Ferrell for the Riddler?
I was thinking that too, but
He's a little too goofy for it.
he is. Like Jim Carrey's got that little bit of a dark side to him.
Yeah. What's his name?
I could see him as the Mad Hatter.
I think Johnny Depp's got that one. Well, yeah.
Well, Johnny Depp's got it.
Depp's dead. He's dead. I know. Gotta find somebody new. Shut up.
What are you? I'm talking Mad Hatter in the Batman universe.
Oh my God.
Not Alice in Wonderland, you fuck.
That's our show.
You all right there?
It's been a rough few days.
Mel Gibson is Craven.
A younger Mel Gibson, absolutely. Oh, you know what? Fuck
What?
this. Mel Gibson is Nick Fury.
Yeah.
He's got the look.
Yeah.
Keep in mind there, Dalton. Sam Jackson, Nick Fury was
I
taken
know.
from the Ultimates.
One. You said he has a look, and I laughed because of obvious reasons.
Yeah, because black.
What the fuck?
What? Because Sam Jackson is black. That's the Nick Fury in the movies. We're talking an alternate universe. What? What? Don't oh boy.
Proceed.
There's nothing left.
Okay, bye.
Well, what? You guys fucking ransacked all the people with your two. What about my guy, Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Kingpin.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. I think I like that one better than the ones I picked.
How about Lex?
Eh,
Hey.
I don't know about Lex.
I can see
you.
Lex.
Fuck me. Fuck you. Nah, I mean, I can see it.
I
can see him as Harvey
definitely think I see more Kingpin than
100%.
Lex.
It's the girth. I'm talking about his waist size, not what you're laughing at.
I hate all the things that you choose to be.
I'm just
Failure,
laughing at Dave's
a waste of
reaction.
space, an oxygen stealer. Yeah, I'm sick of it too. I should start carrying my own fucking plant.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Well,
Are we now? Are we done?
I think so. You know what? Yeah, I think we're done. We'll fucking see you at some point, sometime, somewhere.
Who knows? It might be 10 minutes from now. Who knows?
But it'll be like half a second for you because that's how video editing works.